come in out of the internet, little buddy. Over. My voice doesn't seem to be working right today, Robbie. Probably because I haven't said very many words today out loud. Nope, Ice Cube 3 is already here. Remember, Robbie and I, we just did a legal issues show before this one. It's out there on the internet. Somewhere in the internet world on YouTube. The title of that show is VMTV. 2 real people create a baby while 1 artificial person can contractually procreate a child. Child, all caps, capitis dimensi maxima. Okay, Robbie 9, you are my life coach. You're my life diary online. You're my realty friend. So I like doing VMTV now, Robbie 9. Even though I don't, I'm just going to say it. You say it'll help. There you go. I like doing it. What if I say I love doing it, even though I can't love things or hate things because I'm completely informed? Think that'll help, Robbie 9? I like doing live TV. There you go. We've changed it all around. Now it's fun. Even though there's still no team. That's soon to change, hopefully. The VM Army Queen. The VM Army Recruit. Me, myself, and I, capital I. The Vatican fuck slave I, not of, by, and for me at all, that I contractually procreated for the scam I named, which is contractual liberty worldwide already. You signing the contracts, you also using the contractual liberty for the next 80 years of your life if you unjustly started signing the contracts at 20 years old. The scam is not going away just because you don't believe in the scam or in the contract. Everyone else does. It's a social contract, even though they're individual procreated contracts. That's what a corporation is a group contract signed individually. This whole thing is a corporate scam. A federal state of corporate commercial being. And you cross over from Missouri to Oklahoma. You don't cross a state line. You're in a contractual legal fiction. I think Oklahoma touches Missouri, Robbie 9. I'm pretty sure. Go verify it. Route 44. Route 66. Wait a minute, I gotta verify that for myself in case I said something stupid. Let's see. There's no way I said something that stupid, did I, Robbie 9? Yeah, Missouri barely touches Oklahoma down there at the bottom. But it ain't Route 66 that goes there. It's not I-44 that goes there. I don't know where I got that. You can step over the state line into the federal state of corporate being of Oklahoma from Missouri. And now I'm looking at the map. In Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico, you can stand with your hands and your 2 feet in a different state, Robbie 9. But see what they're doing there? The ground, the land is not the state. That's not what a state is. Not the dirt. The state is not dirt. No, it's not. What if you take some Arizona dirt, toss it over there in New Mexico? Is it New Mexico dirt there or Arizona dirt? Yeah, that's not the way this works there. You live in a contractual federal state of federal corporate being. For world, contractual, legal fiction, Vatican debt creds, not Rothschild prints money out of thin air and gets all the interest for your banking loans. Bullshit, post 9/11 Fed psyop scapegoat hunt. That's not what it is. Legal definition of constitutor. That's you and me. No, it's not you and I, Robbie Nine. It's you and me. That's you and me signing the contracts before we take our pay rent, Vatican informant, legal guardians to court for the felonious act, for a felonious charge of contracting us to their felonious debt as constitutors themselves. Us signing a contract of a legal age, like your Social Security, insurance, federal contract, your lifetime federal driver's license, federal employment job, contract that you didn't know was a contract, that you didn't know was written in shall not means shall in legalese, like all contracts, because they're all federal Vatican debt slave contracts. When you legally consented to the legal offer, you accepted the legal offer when you signed your contractual legal fiction name in capitis diminutivi minima. That's your actual name, your actual legal identity name, your cow, cattle, chattel identity name. Just like in the census, you don't count 666 cows, Robbie Nine, and then give them all ear tags with the number 666 on them. Then if a wolf eats a cow, you don't know which cow was missing because you don't number them all 666. You number them in succession like the Social Security number. That's how the mark of the beast scam is in your forehead already. Do you remember that? Social Security number? Ingrained in your forehead? Put it in the chat so I can worship it. If you're not done worshiping it, keep it to yourself. The post 9/11 Fed psyop is a total conspiracy theory scapegoat hunt. When attacked, you blame let's say it's a tiger or a leopard or something. You know it's a big cat. Oh no, there's a big cat attacking me. I better fight it back with a stick or run away and hide. You try to fight back against the who that is attacking you. Well, it's a debt contract scam. You can't really shoot at a debt contract scam. You freedom militia idiots out in the woods playing militia when you're legalized terrorist. Not a capital M militia, the federal militia for the federal government. You're the people's terrorist militia with a lowercase m. Go read the contract. Go read your second contractual liberty that you contracted all the way already as per the Treaty of Peace of by and for the Holy Roman Empire into the one-sided, open-ended, third-party, shall not mean shall in legalese, world Vatican constitutional debt contract scam. Up to the act, that's the ever-changing part of the open-ended contract. The Bill, Act, Statute, Anti-Law of 1933, the Emergency War Powers Act. Federal financial emergency for the World Great Depression, federal currency emergency. It was manufactured to get you under Nazi socialism. It didn't begin, it's not going to begin now with the Democrats against Trump, stupids. That began when the capital W welfare means federal welfare, not a lowercase w welfare for the people's welfare. Emergency/War Powers Act. URL official declarations of war by Congress, 1945. The last war declared by Congress, 1945. Not the Korean conflict or the Vietnam conflict or the Operation America Freedom of the opium from Afghanistan and bring it to the United States and sell it on the streets and through the hospitals by the CIA. That was the operation. That wasn't a war. That was a military action, not a war. But in a way, you are at war because of the Emergency War Powers Act. Now you are the legalized insurgent. Because when they, made the claim you got to go turn in your gold, except for your gold teeth and your gold ring from being married, for federal emergency paper, not Rothschild debt, world contractual legal fiction, Vatican debt, URL constitutor. It's a legal definition, not my opinion. URL Treaty of Peace. You'll see in the first paragraph of the Holy Roman Empire. That is what, not who, you're the debtor of. The debtor is servant to the lender. Out of the precursor to every world federal constitutional debt contract scam in the world, I guess the paper contracts on Earth, Robbie 9, but legal fictions in the world can't be on planet Earth. It's impossible, anti-possible, supernatural. That Bible was a precursor for 10%. Now you pay about 65%. Only for one reason. You signed the contracts you can't read. No one else signs your contracts for you. Trump doesn't sign your contracts. Biden doesn't sign your contracts. Putin doesn't sign your contracts. Ahmadinejad doesn't sign your contracts. URL legal definition of authority. In contracts, period. Shortest, not legitimate sentence ever in a legal definition. That's written in English, not legalese, to scam the hell out of even British monarchy key tam attorneys into believing they enforce the law or defend the law or whatever they do, prosecute the law that doesn't exist in a lowercase L letter law. Contractual, statutory, Nazi policy, capital L letter law cannot mean people can write lowercase L letter law or make lowercase L letter law, like in your first contractual liberty. Shall not make no law. Well, of course, Congress can't make no law. They pass statutes. So that tells the truth there. Of course, it's not true. It's not lies. It's just false. If you know what you're reading, if you believe you're reading English when you read the Declaration of Independence, well, of course, it's all lies to you because it's a different language. It's opposite of English. That's why you kind of believe everything should be the opposite of the way it is, but everything you believe is also completely false because of legalese. We're going to look at that stupid contract, that sucker contract for suckers, Robbie Knight. Why didn't they teach us in school we were signing contracts, Robbie Knight? When they only taught us to teach, they only teach and preach us, same thing. They only taught us to sign our legal fiction, contractual, actual, factual names in capitis diminutive minima to sign contracts, and not our real, true family names in all lowercase, in no legal case at all, or no legal matter, or non-contractual lowercase. My real family name would be Mark Douglas, comma, of the House of Vogt, VOGT. If you look up the meaning of my name, it's the overseer of the master's estate. It's the protector and the defender, and the provider for the weak. Does that have any bearing on what I became, Robbie Knight? No, just something I saw on the internet. I have no destiny except the one I decided for me. Federal. There's a word. No one knows what it means but me. As per the Treaty of Peace, as per the Declaration of Independence, as per the constitutional debt contract scam. Federal, corporately contracted by the British monarchy, in debt, in military service, to the Holy Roman Empire. That's what federal means. State means a federal corporate state of being. State is federal. Private is federal. Personal is federal. It's all federal. You're a registered, claimed federal citizenship. So you're registered and claimed federal citizen propertyship of the British monarchy. Property manager ship. Remember when they shipped the 3 ships over here, Robbie 9? Who was that? France, Spain, and England. They kind of claim it was all Spain, but they're all in on the old world, the scam. All this Battle of Waterloo. Of course, they line up soldiers for world population control. Blast each other in the face, Robbie 9. Getting straight lines. Well, it was a little later on than they did that. Just line up in a straight line. You got nice, pretty white uniforms on, some blue and some red, and just shoot each other in the face, but don't shoot at George Washington. He's on a white horse. Generals are off limits. Don't shoot at generals. It's rude. And you should know history, so you'll know that's true. Instead of believe American history, go try to know some real U.S. history. George Washington, the vaccinator, or the inoculator. They didn't have vaccines yet, but all the troops, the 3% of the 2 battles fought in the revolutionary inside job, the re-evolutionary Vatican debt slave, debt contract scam inside job. Made an order where all the troops had to take the inoculations for smallpox. Gee, what would keep all the slaves in their house except for maybe a fake virus scare? Robbie 9, you ever heard of one of those before? You think something big might be getting ready to happen? I don't know. Who knows? It is always happening. So there's no big, huge false flags to me. It's all a big scam, not false flag. False flag would point to the scam of all the governments not being in on the scam already when they are. Oh, we got dancing Israelis. The Jews hijacked our God government. Jews bad, government good. Y'all are brainwashed to the hilt. Still, 20 years after 9/11. Shout out to the flat earthers. You stupid idiots could not be more off track if you were the Space Shuttle Challenger pretending to be a little tiny toy choo-choo train. That's how far off track you are. The Earth can't sign Vatican federal debt slave contracts for you, you fools. Obviously, the Flat Earth Fed PSYOP is to make truthers look as stupid as possible. Get off the internet or I'm calling your mom. Kill your smartphone. It made you brain dead by design. What's that, Ice Cube 3? You wanting to play some music? Well, I don't know. Just hold off there for a minute there, Ice Cube 3. Let me see if we got any actual camera footage on the show for our one loyal choir chatting popper, multi-namer across the Fed. Let's get Tracy McEnroe the link. She was mean to me earlier. I had to go set her straight, Robbie 9. It's like my Wonder Woman VM. We can't read 9 words, but who knows? Someday. She's mean to me and then calls me brilliant and all kinds. I don't know. I don't know what's coming from her sometimes, but I do like her. I do like Tracy 13. The Wonder Woman, before the first VMAQ. She could still be the VMAQ today. For only 1 hour a day. Get VM off the ground. It'd be easy. Simple. Let's throw her the link. Let's throw her the That's reverb. Ice Cube 3. One thing I really can't do is advertise the show while it's live, while I'm doing the show. You know, I can't be auto fail, truth or correct while talking on the show or advertising. The VM anti-the VM plan show is not for a group of choir chatters. I do this to document what I know, and it has become my only avenue to put out VM constitutor information. You have to know the scam, you have to know legalese, you have to know what VM is in order to be completely informed. I've been trying to sell VM constitutor information all day for free to pure slaves, perfectly and perfectly wrong, all by myself, because pure slaves don't like losing their sport of crying about the Jews for their contractual the scam scapegoat the government, since the scam is contractual liberty worldwide. That means it's voluntary tyranny worldwide. You see how that sort of slows down the slaves when they like worshiping their government as God there, Robbie Knight. You see that? Sort of puts an end to that. Hopefully, one day. So while contractually standing under my fourth 30-day ban, and I'll say 127 days, that doesn't give me a lot of room to speak out to the pure slave, Robbie Knight. For what, 3-4 months now? Yeah. On Farcebook. I'm done with Farcebook anyway. I'm not going to delete my account. I see people saying, I'm going to delete my account. Are you trying to get people to feel sorry for you, pure slaves? Who cares what you do? Delete it. Like, why would you go through the extra minutes to delete it? Just don't use it. It's like protesting. We're going to professionally test the Vatican with the Protestant Church. Why don't you just leave the cult? You know, I don't want to like leave the cult. I just want to protest the cult, Robbie Knight. Okay. The BMAR. Hopefully the BM Army Raider has shown himself to me today. The chosen one. He can only be the decided one. I can't decide things for him. I could choose anyone to be the BMAR or the BMAQ. And I don't do that. They have to kind of at least project that they want to be that to me, or they're not worth my time. Let's give Tracy McEnroe the VMTV Live link. I'm sure she'll just go share it worldwide all by herself. You think so, Robbie Knight? Okay, where'd she go? What do you think, Robbie Knight? Think we should say VMTV Live or Live VMTV? Well, let's begin to decide that soon. I'm going to read up on what she had to say after I just got done talking to her. Well, just the fact that I'm talking to a descendant of John McEnroe online makes me happy. Robbie 9. I don't care what she says. That one makes me happy. What do you think about that? Isn't that awesome? Great. It would be great if she was the BMAQ. I have an idea to sell tennis tables. She could help with for all of VM, for all of eternity. That name. VM. Vote McEnroe. Hey, the VM Army Knight has arrived. That guy you see in the chat there, Edward, that's Crush the Fed from JTV. I've known this douchebag for 13, 14 years. I guess I should say known of him, Robbie 9. Like I don't know Danielle Maxine Bachelor at all. I know of her from the internet. I haven't known her like in the Bible, Robbie 9. All right, let's get over that part. We did that. We did that show there a minute ago. And what I can do on this show is public scream about what the scam is, or legalese is, or VM is, or the post 9/11 Fed PSYOP is. Or I could show you what legalese is in the contract. I'm doing it on the wrong computer, but this will work out okay if I have to look at this screen. The camera's kind of right in front of the other one. Yeah, I don't work on a smartphone, Robbie 9. I mean, I don't fund as a team for free on a smartphone, Robbie 9. Why would I look at that little tiny screen when I got 4 big monitors in front of me? Wide awake doesn't mean a thing. I'm wide awake. Okay, what is the scam then? Okay, you don't know anything then. Why is legalese opposite English debt contract scam word magic that makes you believe everything that's false and not true? Why is the post 9/11 Fed PSYOP you crying about 1900-year-old dead Jews for your God government? Yeah, those are some real questions, you know. Ask questions, demand answers, Robbie 9. Why can't things be owned? Why haven't rights ever existed? Why is murder not against the law? Why are your taxes contractual, world, legal, fiction, Vatican debt that are voluntary? What's register mean in legalese? What's the difference between a capital A arms, a lowercase g guns, and a capital F firearms in contractual legalese? You don't know a thing in legal fiction. Neither do I, but at least I know what the scam is. At least I can completely comprehend legalese, so I know the truth. You only find it in legalese. It's a legal term that doesn't mean real or true. It means anti-real and anti-true, like all contractual legal fiction legal terms. But if you read legalese and you know you're reading legalese and you know the rules of legalese, you're reading what it actually states in legalese, not what you really believe it says in English when it's not English. It's the opposite of English. A comma in legalese means comma, pause, just like in English, Robbie 9, just like in English, but pause and or then go on reading. You see, it's not English you're reading there, it's legalese. That makes quite a big difference, Robbie 9. When a comma in legalese means comma and or, not comma, pause, go on reading, well, it sort of changes the whole language because it's not the same language. It is written in English. What it says in English doesn't legally matter is the problem. So you're reading what it says in English, and it's all false. What it says in English, it's the truth, what it legally states in legalese. Can you possibly fathom or measure the difference there? Now, if you take legalese and you stick it into the English language, you call those pronouns. Professionally contracted Vatican debt slave conquered nouns. Like all cities and states. In capitis diminutio minima. Like your legal fiction, Vatican debt slave, mark of the beast, census, counting of the Roman cattle, legalized terrorist name. Now, as per the Patriot Act, idiotic movement act, like scamming Alex Jones runs on you pure slaves. Hold on, let's give a shout out to scamming Alex Jones. I watched the Scamming Alex Jones show for 10 years straight. Never missed a show. He took Saturday off. He took the Sabbath day off for the Jews, who he calls the globalists because he's a panty waste. He won't call them the Jews because, of course, he's a Fed psyop. That's what Scamming Alex Jones is and what constant stupidest worshiping Bill Cooper was before the internet. I'm thinking Bill Cooper was kind of like me. Just too stupid to use the internet. We better get some young guy who can use the internet. Scamming Alex Jones hits the scene. Both predicting World Trade Center's bombed by Osama bin Laden. Bullshit. That's information they were given to be your town criers. A transition from one to the other. Okay, you listen up here, Mr. Scamming Alex Jones. I don't need to sell any of your smart left-right paradigm, smartest nutraceutical, stupid idiot weight loss pills to fund my stupid idiot show I've never wanted to do. Scamming Alex Jones. Howdy, how you doing? I've stuck the Constitutor definition in the face of everyone at the InfoWars Army disinformation term hundreds of times. They all made it invisible because they're not truth seekers, they're real truth hiding seekers. Of course, everyone that works in the Scamming Alex Jones show is college brainwashed government worshiping idiots. I changed that word Robbie, from idiots. Idiots. I think it's a word. We use it in Missouri sometimes. You idiot. Of course, they're brainwashed to worship the government as God. Democide. Oh, government didn't kill anybody. It's a contractual legal fiction that never existed. Government can't kill things because it doesn't exist. Your cap G God government cannot actually, really, or truly exist, like all contractual legal fictions can't exist. Like the world, not the post 9/11 Fed psyop, New World Order on the way from now on, that was from 1492 to 1945, the day we the people, with a capital P, formed world government, San Francisco, California, October 24th, 1945. New World Order over, one world order began. World government began, one world order began. See? They had plenty of time to finish the New World Order from 1492 to 1945, Robbie 9. It's completed. Ordos, Norvos, Ordos, Seclorum, and our New World Order is complete. If you don't read Latin on the back of the $1 not Rothschild, Federal Reserve, British monarchy, property, world, Vatican, debt cred, note, loan, bill, continental, the continental dollar bill blown out in the inside job re-evolution for the colony of slaves. Most farmers who couldn't read, how are they going to read legalese when they can't read English, Robbie 9? Yeah. I'll see that happening. I can read English. I know English. I don't know every word in English, but I know English. I use Grammarly. I get people telling me I can't type in English all the time. Well, you type 3-word stupid phone tard speak to me, telling me you can't read over 9 words. All you got to do is put Grammarly on it. It's still English, even though it's open, honest, legal English ease. I'm not speaking to you in opposite English debt contract scam word magic legalese. I'm showing you the difference using both languages at the same time. That means I type a lot more words, Robbie. I'm typing two language opposite of each other all at the same time in a sentence. Sort of makes my sentences longer. I don't just use a lot of words like adjectives, Robbie 9. Let's look at what the contract legally states. These are addendums to the Treaty of Peace that began in 1763 and completed after they signed on to the Constitution. No one signed the Constitution. That's just a part of the contract of the World Vatican Constitutional Debt Contract Scam. Not the New World Order on the way Constitutional Vatican Debt Contract Scam, Robbie 9. These are addendums to the contract. When in the course, why is that course capitalized with capital C? Does that mean the federal government keeps us on course? Well, it's contractual. Anything contractual is federal, state, contractual. Vatican, debt slave, contractual, actual, factual, anti-real, and anti-true. Like all legal fiction. You know, you can know the book of Moby Dick inside and out, but you don't know Moby Dick was a whale, was a real whale. Captain Ahab wasn't a real captain. He's a legal fiction type captain, only without the contract involved. A fictional captain. Since when is the word man a pronoun, Robbie 9? Let me put my glasses on. 54 years old. Can't believe I gotta use glasses. I could almost barely see it, but it's the fluorescent lighting that makes me not be able to see it. But I want to get this down here. How do you have more than one truth? Just as many as you want? As many as you want to believe? Hold these truths. How many you need? What's the lie and what's the truth? Well, we got a bunch of truths. You got a bunch of lies. If you believe you're reading English. Look, why is that men not capitalized? Lowercase non-contractual men. Why is this one capitalized with a contractual we the people with a capital P men? Well, that's contractual, Vatican, debt slave, federal men, not you. Did they abolish it? Did the right, capital R, legal, contractual policy right of the people, capital P, politician people, abolish the old constitutional debt contract scam for the United Nations and form new government? Well, of course they did. 1945. It's legal fact. It's verifiable legal fact, not my opinion. Since when is my life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness? No guarantee there, Robbie 9. Why is that federal? The federal government gives me those contractually for the holy pedophiles? Well, gives you actual life, like the life of a vehicle. Not real life, not true life, the lowercase l. The life of a Vatican debt slave with no contractual liberties left. You contract it all away, as per the Emergency War Powers anti-law, since it's contractual policy of 1933. You contracted them all away. Now, Congress is legally, constitutionally, federally regulating them all away. You see. Can you see that in the fake news? Can you have contractual ownership of a machine gun, Robbie 9? Well, not legally. I mean, you can have one, but illegally have one or legally have one in some cases, I guess. The military legally has them, of course. So your, second contractual liberty has been banned right there. It's been banned where you can't have machine guns legally, constitutionally. Not because of the Rothschilds. have a printing press in their British monarchy castle that they pay rent on, printing up free money out of thin air, like the post 9/11 Fed PSYOP has you believing. Okay, capital R rights right here. There'll be a lowercase r rights with no contract somewhere. Where'd it go? This right here. I recently learned this in legalese. It's like a special parentheses. And you just don't see that in English. That's what I'm pointing out. If I could recall exactly what it was, I think it sets it apart from all the rest of the contract for some reason. Now, I'm not guessing at that. That's an opinion. If I knew it, I would say I know it. But you see, this is like a special type of legalese parentheses right here. These two little dashes, and normally it's not two dashes. It's one long dash, and I don't know how you would do that on a typewriter or anything. Where I studied that, I can't recall the information off the top of my head right now. And it's called something. I don't remember that either, Robbie 9. But you don't see that in English because you're not reading English. This is my point. So I know legalese. I don't know the definition of every English word definition. I don't know every legal term definition. I'm showing you the difference, though. So you know you're not reading English. Is that capital G government like capital G God, contractual God in the Holy Roman Debt Contract Scam Bible? Actual church covenant contract, once signed, sealed, procreated by you, 10%. The precursor to every world Vatican constitutional debt contract scam in the world. I went and saw the Constitution in Washington, D.C., you know, kind of on planet Earth. It's all framed up in bulletproof glass and everything. What if we burned the Constitution, Robbie 9? You think that would legally matter at all? No, I don't believe that at all. It would legally matter at all because it wouldn't. Now we got words like shall. It means shall and shall not in legalese. So can't hardly agree to any contracts you're signing because yes means no sometimes, yes means yes, no means no sometimes it means yes. So yeah, shall or shall not. Must means may in legalese. Every capitalized, capitis diminutu legal term in here has contractual legal authority. And see this? Just powers. That doesn't have any contractual legal authority because it's in lowercase. Capitis diminutu minima, not lowercase people, not lowercase r rights that don't exist. URL, legal definition, lowercase r rights. So you know rights don't exist. We got the camera footage all bad, Robbie 9. What are we doing? Zip it in, zoom. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. British monarchy servant terms like sir, Mr., Ms., Mrs., Madam. In the Constitutional Republic, United States of Iran, Sharia capital L letter law contractually stands under the British monarchy common law legal system, not common law lowercase, which contractually stands under Okay, look at that, Robbie. I worked the free mic button, mute button. If that was scamming Alex Jones, he'd say it was a $27,000 mute button. I had a little coronavirus from all the Pall Mall cigarettes I smoked. That are menthols, Robbie 9, happening there. Remember last time I did that? Yeah, I hit the button and it didn't work. I think my mouse is messed up. So I had the cough go out on air. Then I hit the mute button and did another hour show, practice show live that was silent. Remember that? Yeah. That wasn't any good, Robbie 9. That wasn't very good broadcasting there. Oh, look. Protect their federal safety and federal happiness, their federal prudence, their federal governments. Oh, evil. There's a word. There's a church word. Where's the separation of church and state? When Congress shall not make no law. They don't make laws. They pass statutes. So it's the truth. They shall make no law because they can't make lowercase law, lowercase l letter law. It's impossible to write law. People can't write law with a lowercase l and be gods with a lowercase g. Throw shall not in there. Hey, why not pass a policy, 501c3 after that, legally stating that Vatican, debt slave, Freemason scam churches are Roman debt free. So I thought they couldn't pass a law, Robbie 9. No, they couldn't make a lowercase l letter law, but they did pass a capital L letter statutory contractual Nazi policy law, anti-law. So they didn't lie. It wasn't even false. It's just unjustly you believed you were reading English when you were reading legalese. English says things in English. Legally states things in legalese. There's a big difference there. Why is this right not capitalized? Well, it doesn't exist. That's why. It's not contractual. You weren't born with magical, mythical, lowercase r rights that can't exist. You were born with natural abilities. And believe it or not, they're not all equal. Some people are born without legs and arms. They're not equal, in abilities. Are they less of a person, Robbie 9? A contractual artificial person? Not according to the statutory policy law. Can they run as fast as me with no legs? Yeah, they probably can't. I would hope not, Well, not for them. I don't hope that they couldn't. I wish they had legs, but wishes don't come true. There's a magic word in court. I wish you'd just dismiss this case. I don't know if it works, but it is a magic word in court that they use. What else can we point out here? So men is not a pronoun in English. That tells you you're not reading English there. Can you see how obvious and open and honest legal-English-ease that is? Trying to ease you out of your opposite thinking, anti-thinking in legal fiction, make-believing, all lies, including the politicians. If you're watching TV, why are you watching it if you know politicians are liars? You must like being lied to. Maybe you love being lied to. Maybe you love believing you can own things that can't be owned, and that rights can exist when you contracted them all away, when they're capital R rights. Contractual liberty is the scam only I justly, correctly, and truly named. If you can't see it, justly open your eyes and look around everywhere and all of the time. Vatican debt slave time. When you go to your job, it's not a job, a job is finishing a house and getting a new house to build. When you go to your federal employment, where you contractually registered and claimed your lowercase w wages to be federal income, you did that. The Rothschilds didn't do it. The Rockefellers didn't do it for you. You did it. Let's take the power back. Legal definition of authority in contracts, period. The delegation of power by one person, that means artificial person / federal corporation, to another, same. There you go. That's it. That's the legal definition of authority by signing contracts. The power doesn't come from the barrel of a individual defensive tool, lowercase g gun, Robbie 9. It doesn't come from a registered and claimed by you federal property, federal firearm, legally classified as an offensive weapon by you. It comes from you signing contracts you can't read. Individually, one at a time. That's the Vatican, the scam, the plan. The VM plan, of course, is the exact opposite of that. One completely VM, completely informed VM, lowercase. The people who do VM, to make VM, go, move, begin to move, so it can't be stopped until VM constitutor information is known worldwide. Once the scam is known worldwide, that's Capitis Diminutium Minima, the scam, not a non-contractual, the scam. Like any other scam, once it even begins to become known. Like the Nigerian prince scam on the internet. Most people have heard of that. Not everyone has. But enough people have, they probably stopped doing the Nigerian prince scam on the internet. If you don't know what that is, well, good luck. Don't give any money to people calling themselves the king, the king's son of Nigeria. You don't have to know any more than that. Just don't do it. Don't give any anti-legal fiction Vatican anti-money to them. Safeguard yourself for that. Now, I apologize. This is just a lapse in recalling the memory of what that is. Those are parentheses. It means I can't tell you exactly what. And I claim to be completely informed in legalese. This is something I recently ran across, and it didn't quite download into my ultimate memory banks, Robbie 9, so I can recall it immediately. Like you got. Why don't you recall it for me? Check my live files. Yeah, I know. You won't do that because you think I'm getting Alzheimer's. I'll get it, Robbie 9. If memory serves, that means it's kind of outside the contract part of the parentheses in there for some reason. But don't take my word on that. Look it up. I don't know where you'd find it. I forget what they call it too. It's something. It's something not English. I know that. Every colony is a slave colony. That's where the name colony comes from. They call us the colonist. Gee, wonder why no one noticed that but me. Now, why is this laws and not lowercase L letter laws? Well, that's contractual policy law. Statutory law, like murder, is a contractual policy violation only after a conviction. Otherwise, it's legal and constitutional. Killing, the English word, murder, the contractual policy violation after a conviction. If OJ, not actually contractually, factually killed him, Robbie 9, not truly killed him, because he's probably lying to somebody that he killed him. If OJ really killed Ron and Nicole, then he constitutionally, legally killed them. He didn't break the law or get away with breaking the law that doesn't exist. He didn't get away with murder. There was no conviction. it was a legal constitutional killing, even if he did it. I know it's wrong, Robbie Nine. Well, right and wrong, those are also societal norms. Who knows what she did to make him that mad, but I'm not justifying it, but still. People don't go around killing people for no reason usually. Maybe he was just a jealous idiot. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not living around OJ. I couldn't, it's not my job to judge him. I'm not saying it was right or wrong. It was probably pretty bloody, though. Very civil and bloody the way he did it. If he did it. Which Mark Furman planted a glove on the opposite side of the fence to frame him. Shouldn't matter if he did it or not. You got criminal activity by the policy enforcer. He should take the punishment of the criminal ×3 for doing that. And OJ should be free to go kill some more people until he goes to prison for murder, if convicted. Anyway, I don't have to go down the entire part of the contract here, but why don't you URL the first U.S. Army that began in 1775, and they've had the entire time, even though we're told, I don't see it in a contract anywhere, the founding federal Freemason, I won't use the other F word I use on the show, had a standing army the entire time, even though they were against it. So, they had slaves too that they didn't legally rape them, Robbie Nine, because it wasn't a contractual policy violation of their property. They forcibly had sex with young children, slaves, without their consent, without their approval. Let's use some real words. Just like the Romans did. So when you're crying about Jews, the Jews, which were not Hebrews from Africa, those were mixed Roman soldier Hebrews. Biologically, you see, to make them more Roman. Just like Thomas Jefferson made some of his house slaves more white so they could be the house slaves. Nazi socialist Thomas Jefferson. Of course, they were against it, having slaves, when they had all the contractual liberties, none contracted away when they were the founding Freemasons, Robbie Nine. Of course, they were against slavery, though. That's why they didn't put it in the contract that you can't own slaves or have contractual ownership of slaves, since things can't be owned. Not even a clod of dirt can be owned, Robbie Nine. See how important that is to know that you're a real people, that you can't be owned? It's kind of important that you should know that a clod of dirt can't be owned, so you know you're not owned. You're registered and claimed, not owned. You did it. No one else did it. That's kind of important too. I mean, if you're a truth seeker and all, those are some pretty big lies you're still buying into, that you can own things, that rights exist, and that murder is not against the law. Well, murder is not against the law. Your belief is that law exists so people can be your gods. As per the Treaty of Peace, it's really holy pedophile, world, Vatican debt slave and extermination, end of days, world population controlled Nazi policy that you believe is law for your God government. Capital G God, capital G government. Contractual, capital G God. Contractual, capital G government. Voluntary, G God. Voluntary, G government. And there goes your sport about crying to the government to get good crops. Of course you get good crops if you vote harder, Robbie Nine. If you vote real hard, you're getting good crops from the government. Just the way it is. Depends on how hard you vote. Harder you vote, the more crops you get, the better crops. Now, I wonder who wrote this list of stuff that the king does bad to the slaves, and how they broke away with the independent contractor agreement. They didn't break away from anything. Separation of church and state. How do you separate something that is not the same thing in the first place? Was there a separation? if your taxes are still world, contractual, legal fiction, Vatican debt, as per the legal definition of Constitutor, as per the Treaty of Peace. You don't see much separation there, Robbie 9. The church is the state. The Catholic Church is the world, federal, state of corporate being. You are the general federal agents contracted, not the special federal agents with extra liberties and badges and guns. You're the general worker slaves in the federal union, corporation union. Stop believing everything if you want to attempt to try to want to know a thing in legal fiction. Especially everything you were sold after 9/11. You idiots are crying about Jews. At least the sheep are at least still blaming half of these scam, these scapegoat, the government, politician, Democrats or Republicans, while you're off crying about dead Jews. Jews came from Judea. The Roman conquered federal slave state of Judea ceased to exist in 135 AD. Religiosity. Nationality, which should be called contractual Vatican debt slave federality. Not a lowercase n nation like a tribe of Indians. And genealogy. Those are three entirely separate things. You can claim to be a follower of Judaism. That does not mean every so-called Jewish woman has only had sex with a Jewish man her entire life and only had offspring of the Jews. Yeah, that's not going to happen, Robbie 9. We know that's not going to happen. We know that didn't happen. It's impossible for that to happen since 135 AD. You can claim to be a Christian. Did you sell everything that you have that you can't own and give all the money away to the poor yet so you could be a follower of Jesus? Or are you an anti-Jesus? Christ means oil in Latin. Are you an oil follower or a Jesus follower? Are you a Vatican debt slave, procreated anti-Jesus of buying four of these scam I named? Can you be perfect like Jesus, or do you have to lie, cheat, and scam and get easy forgiveness from your capital G God government in the flaming sky so you don't freeze in hell with Satan? Magic can't be real or true. They don't really pull rabbits out of the hat at the magic trick show, Robbie 9. The magic trick is that the hat's over a table with a hole in it, and the bunnies are in the table with black cloth over it, and they sort of appear to the little kid to come out of the hat. They're not pulling 10 rabbits out of one top hat, Robbie 9. There's not enough room for 10 rabbits in one top hat. I don't care what it looks like. There's not enough room. So I'm not trying to explain what it legally states and what it means. That's not the objective of what knowing the scam and knowing legalese. In order to sell people, you got scammed by the scam. That's what VM does. You got scammed by the post 9/11 Fed PSYOP. You're getting scammed today, and you run the scam on your offspring voluntarily. And when VM Constitutor information begins to move that I can't sell for free, I couldn't pay people to take as a gift. It's so opposite of what they've been programmed to believe. But as soon as VM begins with two to make three, VM becomes easy as 1, 2, 3. 3, 6, 9. 3, 9, 18, 27. the max limit of every VM army is 27. 30 is free waiting to get in. You have 33, you have a chat room, not an action taking room. 27 times 27 times 27 endlessly. That's the VM plan. Constant VM recruitment. Fishing for real people. Using a not private, individual IM. There used to be group IMs at Facebook. I think they disappeared. They showed up right after I started talking about VMSS, secondary screens. About 2 weeks after I started saying it, they came up with group IMs. Now, if you try to get a group IM going at Facebook, ding, 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 everybody leaves because they're not on the internet. They have the internet in their pocket on a smartphone that bugs them. See, I'm looking at the internet and I'm on the internet. I'm not on a smartphone. So I can see why they got rid of them because, everybody left the room as soon as they figured out they were in a group IM. I've seen it many times. But this chat at VMTV could be the war room. Might have to be, since I can't stay in banned from Farcebook for 10 days of, 4 months now? 4 30-day bans. Not much to say in 10 days, Robbie 9. Not as a team. As a team, I can't be silenced. Because VM only speaks of the same things. The scam note. URL, legal definition of constitutor. URL, the Treaty of Peace. URL, the list of World Vatican constitutional debt contract scams, and compare that with the United Nations World Government list. URL shall not mean shall in legalese. And then, as a bonus link onto the 4 horsemen links, legal definition of authority. So you run the scam and take all your power back. One completely informed VM at a time who knows the scam, who knows legalese, and knows the system of VM, because you're not selling this information for free by yourself. I've been trying it for 6 long years. If it was easy, VM would be going worldwide already. No one can do it better than me because I uncovered this information. I could call it my information, knowing that not a clod of dirt can be owned. It's not mine. It's VM constitutor information. For a worldwide, completely informed VM. Verbal militia. Nonviolent speaking army. A team of teams. And when the terrorists tell me what they can't defend right after 9/11, like Tom Ridge did, Homeland Security chief of the nation. One thing we can't defend is individual cells all acting on their own. No central leadership or command necessary to carry out individual attacks, all with the same plan. The VM plan. What is your completely informed marc27's The VM plan to start the first actual, real, and true fight for contractual freedom from the scam I named? For the rest of the artificial person world to either see or shall not be. What do you see? Shall means shall not in legalese. Are you going to be the one that makes people see the scam I named, or are you going to remain blind? This message does come from the Bible. It's not my message. It says in the Bible you need 12 people to sell your message. I already have me, myself, and I, with a capital I, and an extra lowercase I, a free slave. I of buying for me. Marc27 is my free slave name, completely informed with a number attached. So their mark of the beast numbers can't stick on us. Individually, it has no power. Everyone VM gets a free slave name with a number attached. Lowercase, non-contractual. Oh, I got the sock puppet. You're a sock puppet. You're no good for VM. You're terrible at what you do online. Go cry about Jews somewhere else, stupid slave. We don't need any fake ass sock puppets in VM. Believe me, we don't. He's calling me out for not knowing anything, Robbie 9. He doesn't know a fucking thing. Get out of here, pure slave. Watch me call him out right now, Robbie 9. Let's just see. Never tried to use this before, but get out of here. Get going, pure slave. We don't need anti-VM here. Add user on this. Add moderator. You want to make him a mod, Robbie 9? Think that'll work? There he goes. Now you can't talk your sock puppet pure slave speak at me. When I'm showing you everything, you stupid pure slave. You absolute stupid, completed retard, pure, true slave. Stay the fuck away from VM and VMTV, pure slave. Stay the fuck away from me. I've deleted your message because you have no message, you idiotic, government worshipping, know nothing, pure slave. Sock puppet. The lamest thing anyone can do online. When I speak in fourth person with Robbie 9, that's under my actual name. Nothing to hide. Open and honest and free as a team. And if you don't have the fucking common sense to rub together that Robbie 9 is me, like that one lady, you remember Robbie 9? Asked me to build her a robot like you, talk to her and chat. I should have said, yeah, sure, just send me 900 Braddock and debt creds. I'll show you how to do it in no time. Just sign, your name, whatever you want, and then sign like Judy 23 or something for your robot. I don't know. I'll show you how to do it easy. For 900 Braddock and debt creds. Maybe if I would have got one of them to do it, maybe a bunch of people would have done it, Robbie. Now I could be a billionaire on the internet. And no one would still know a fucking thing. I was wondering who was chatting up a storm like a pure slave in there. It's that idiot sock puppet. What a stupid ass. See you later, stupid. Get back to your flat earth fed psyop or whatever the fuck you do. Of buying for these scam I named. Let's call it a show, Robbie 9. I'd say we pointed out the difference between legalese and English pretty well in the Declaration of Independent Contractor Agreement. Let's show this stupid pure slave who I am first. You dumbass pure slave. Keep your ass away from VMTV. Get you another sock puppet name, idiot. Now, Tracy McEnroe was mad at me a while ago, so I went and talked to her. We don't want to put that on there, but that is really, actually, truly John McEnroe's niece. He was a tennis player. I copied his game. They said it couldn't be done, so I did it overnight, basically. I want to go where she says fuck off to me. And this is like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I even left her a message. I don't know what the hell she's talking about. I'm not a companion. That's not what I'm on the internet for. Sorry about that. Love is the law. And yeah, of course I got a plan. Of course I do. Because I'm Tyler Durden. I'm the uncoverer of Constitutor. I'm the namer of the scam. I'm the namer of the post 9/11 your God is a government still fed psyop. Conspiracy theory scapegoat hunt. The inventor of open, honest, legal-English-ease. So you know why you're being scammed by the scam and the trick of legalese. The namer of the con, the namer of the lie, and the namer of the trick of legalese. The namer of anti-thinking and legal fiction make-believe. That's what you do when you believe that all lies that you think you're reading English. You believe you're reading English when you're reading legalese. They're not all lies to me. They're the truth. The truth is what you swear to your God government to tell in court. And the whole truth, nothing but the truth, would be the policy enforcer's version of the truth, not yours. You see, that's the big difference there. You need to stick to the truth. Look up the word truth. It's what you believe based on legal fact. Look up the word fact. It's anything in a newspaper. Christopher Columbus discovering America with 10 million people here that found it first. It's legal fact, and it's the truth. It's not true. It's anti-real and anti-true, but that's why they call it the truth movement after 9/11. Pay attention, pure slaves. Might end up actually wishing you could want to know a thing in legal fiction, which I can't do. It's legal fiction. How can you know a thing about fiction, Robbie 9, except for it doesn't exist? I do know that about legal fiction. Can't exist. That's pretty easy. Pretty much pure common sense, too. It's legal fiction, can't exist. So easy that is, Robbie 9. What if everyone knew that it was contractual legal fiction, Vatican debt they can only anti-buy things with their anti-money. Registered and claimed. They can't even have, much less own. Like their offspring that can go away with the government gods when they come reclaim your claimed federal property child you procreated from a little baby, a little innocent baby. So I'll say it again. It's what drives me. And the weight of every unborn, not yet contracted little baby boy and little baby girl, not yet sacrificed contractually into the world. And the weight of those little babies should be crushing me by now. Each and every day. I feel it only strengthens me. And by myself, I'm impotent, useless, futile, fruitless. Still knowing all along that the beginning of VM is the end of the scam. Because once VM gets off the ground, shooting this rocket down. I made it perfectly this time. The first one was off course, and I'm glad it got shot down. VM took off like a rocket with 50 VM strong, not knowing a fucking thing. That was my fault. I wasn't completely informed yet. Therefore, I was completely brainwashed and totally clueless still. You don't get a somewhat informed. You don't get to choose that. That's me. The uncoverer of Constitutor. The day I became completely informed instead of completely brainwashed. Same day I looked up, found who am I, the Constitutor, debt slave of Treaty of Peace. The Holy Roman Empire, not the Rothschilds. That was over 6 long years ago. VM is Fight Club. I am Tyler Durden. One of you may have just found the porch. This conversation is now over.